From terrifying screeches in the dead of night to mutant cannibals lurking in the underbrush, here are the top 5 scariest encounters with forest monsters. Starting off in our 5th spot, we have the Pine Haven Screecher. The Oregonian newspaper ran a chilling tale August 14, 2023. Under the headline, "Hikers Flee Ear-Splitting Screech in Oregon's Mount Hood Forest," the article detailed the terrifying ordeal of a Portland couple, Daniel and Kelsey Moore, who had thought to escape into nature for a weekend of camping along the Salmon Creek area of Mount Hood National Forest. Instead, they spent a panicked night huddled in their car, convinced there was something sinister stalking them in the darkness. According to Kelsey, they had pitched their tent Friday evening just off the trail. But at around 2 a.m., they heard a noise so terrifying, it awoke them in their tent. It sounded like a metal gate being torn apart, but 10 times louder, Daniel recalled. They peered out of the tent at the imposing forest around them, the towering pines seeming to loom closer in the darkness. It was really hot that night, so I unzipped the tent all the way and leaned against the zipper, watching the trees, Kelsey explained. Then they saw it. A tall, very pale shape was lurching through the trees toward them. It was humanoid, almost skeletal in appearance, and it made no effort to conceal itself, she continued. I instantly panicked, yelling at Dan, "There's something out there." We quickly packed up, terrified, unsure what exactly they had seen. They jumped into their car and drove home convinced there was something sinister stalking them. They will never hike the Pine Haven Trail again. When questioned, local forestry workers claimed a number of campers have reported unidentified noises in the same area this summer, but no official statement has been made. As a local news clip from Kata shows, the enigmatic screeching creature remains at large. The station's news anchor remarked, "While experts suggest owls or coyotes may be the culprits, witnesses remain unconvinced," describing the so-called screecher as nearly 9 feet tall, with eyes reflecting like headlights. Perhaps there's more to this chilling story from the Oregon's forest. Number 4 takes us across the pond to Wales, where a local newspaper published a harrowing account, March 9, 2022. Under the dramatic headline, "Dog Walker Claims Creature with Needle Teeth Stalked Him in Forestry Area." The South Wales Echo relayed the experience of Cardiff resident Peter Whitmore, who regularly walks his Labrador in the nearby Blackwood Forest. On the evening of Sunday, February, however, he became the target of something sinister lurking among the trees. As Peter strolled through the woods late that night, a dark shape began to stalk him from the shadows. It never stepped into the moonlight, but I saw its teeth, rows of them, like a shark's, catching the moon between the trees, he reported, visibly shaken. At first he assumed it was a dog, but the rows of razor-sharp teeth soon dispelled that notion. Then his canine companion bolted, only to be found shortly after, cut and bleeding, but alive. Clearly shaken by the encounter, Peter alerted local authorities who launched an immediate investigation. Number 3, we journeyed to Japan to an ominous stretch of woodland at the base of sacred Mount Fuji known locally as the Suicide Forest, due to the alarming number of people who come here to end their lives. It is also said to be haunted by restless spirits doomed to wander the ethereal landscape for eternity. But one recent visitor captured something far more sinister on camera. On November 3, 2021, the renowned Japanese daily The Asahi Shimbun carried the chilling account of tourists filming near the infamous Aokigahara Forest. Their footage caught the fleeting glimpse of a colossal figure, twice the height of a man, moving impossibly fast between the trees. Other hikers reported similar sightings, describing a dark, shadowy entity with glowing red eyes moving silently through the dense foliage. According to local guide Hiroshige Takada, they also found disturbing physical evidence of this mysterious stalker. "We found claw marks 10 feet up a cedar. No bear climbs that high. And the way the trees bent, something enormous had gone through," he said, gesturing to deep gashes marring the trunks of several ancient cedars. Though police have neither confirmed nor denied these reports, they continue to discourage exploration of the restricted peripheral zones of the mountain for preservation concerns. But many suspect the truth, and in hushed tones, they speak of the stalker, a looming specter forever bound to the haunting expanse of Aokigahara. With 2 recent disappearances of students in the area, Some wonder if the forest has claimed yet another victim. However, as NHK News broadcast anchor reported, police declined to confirm if the recent disappearance of 2 students in the area is connected, but concern is growing among hiking communities. What do you think? Are these just tall tales, or does the legendary stalker still prowl the forests of Mount Fuji? For our second story, we trek deep into the unforgiving heart of the Amazon rainforest, where fearsome creatures lurk just beyond the reach of civilization. In July of 2020, the esteemed Brazilian daily newspaper Folha de São Paulo published a dispatch from a remote village deep in Pará State. The residents of this secluded riverfront community had been terrorized by a lurking monster emerging from the dense rainforest each night. The creature, which witnesses described as a gigantic toothy maw, was first spotted near logging trails cutting through the thick underbrush. According to eyewitness accounts, the beast was unlike anything known to science, with a gaping maws stretching wider than a canoe, lined with rows of sharp teeth. It slithered, but had legs too. Its jaw opened sideways, wider than its head, full of black teeth, recounted hunter João Ferreira, whose own father vanished in the jungle decades ago. It looked like a huge snake, but not a snake. It was big, bulky, its back like a camel. As panic spread through the isolated settlement, hunters armed themselves and ventured into the forest, hoping to slay the beast. But they came back empty-handed, shaken and confused. Soon, they began finding mutilated carcasses of capybaras, the giant guinea pigs known for their aggressive behavior. But the strange thing was, there was no clear signature of any predator, be it jaguar or anaconda. Local police dispatched university biologists to investigate, but they found nothing more than odd depressions in the soil. This disturbing story from the Amazon echoes ancient oral legends of the Boca da Noite, the night maw, a fabled jungle predator said to consume not only the flesh of its prey, but their shadows as well. Is this frightening folklore a reality, or just a myth whispered to keep children from wandering too far into the rainforest? Only the untamed wilderness knows for sure. And finally, at number 1, we bring you a chilling tale from the remote reaches of Siberia, a desolate land of frozen forests and endless blizzards where danger lurks around every icy bend. On January 27, 2019, the respected Russian daily Novaya Gazeta published a disturbing report of an oil survey team who stumbled upon something colossal while working near Irkutsk. According to crew member Oleg Kravtsov, the team had set up camp in the Siberian taiga, where they hoped to survey for potential drilling sites. But during the night, something enormous emerged from the swirling snow. It was taller than the drilling rig, large, stretched with scary long fingers. The head morphed into its neck, Oleg described. As the creature approached, the men felt the ground shake beneath their feet. It was like footsteps, but not quite, survivor Dmitry Mikheev recalled. Panicked, the crew abandoned their equipment and fled, but not before feeling the earth tremble once more. When they looked back, 2 of their colleagues were missing. 2 days later, search dogs refused to proceed further into the forest, howling and trembling in fear. As Russian authorities later stated, a bear could have easily dragged the men into the snow and concealed their bodies. Many whispered of a more sinister culprit, the legendary Vysoki Lesnoi, the tall one of the forest. Some believe it abducts those who enter its domain, adding to the eerie silence of the Siberian wilderness. Others claim the official explanation ignores eyewitness accounts and the haunting truth. What do you think? Are these terrifying tales fact or fiction? If you enjoyed this video, please tell us what other scary monsters and creatures worth exploring. Thank you.